Welcome to PhD with Women on It, Hack the Future. My name is Beata Young, and today's PhD Positivity Hack Delivered will be by our guest, Nayra Hashem. Today's topic is From Tech Lover to Woman in Tech. Episode 75 starts here. Let me remind you, this is a grassroots community that focuses on women in tech, an inclusive forum of women in technology, startups, and female leaders who are supported by men as well. And I bring heart to that hustle because empathy is my mojo. And empathy is critical when you are learning how to become a woman in tech. First, let me mention some very important topics and what's been happening in our community. Congratulations to Justin Goldstone on being ranked 5 of Thinkers 360 top 50 global thought leaders and influencers on blockchain 2022. Continue to inspire others, Justin, and hug the future for communities all over the world. Great news from our PhD guest, Elaine Montilla. Applications for Cadence Design Systems Diversity in Technology Scholarship Programs are now open until October 10, 2022. You can learn about the scholarship opportunity in links provided in our chat. I would like to also mention that it's very empowering to see women in Iran and Syria fighting for their life and freedom. The death of Mahsa Amini, 22, has sparked worldwide protests, but the Iranian government has vowed not to back down. In the hours before she died, the 22-year-old had been detained by the country's morality police for allegedly wearing her hijab too loosely. Women have been cutting their hair and burning their hijabs in protest to Iranian government following Amini's death. It's time for these inspiring women to be in society where they have the right to sing, dance, ride bikes, motorbikes, cars, swim in open water, and hug the future. Let's go back to our today's episode. We are going to learn how to become tech lover and shift to become woman in tech. A person's knowledge should not be limited by their age, ethnicity, gender, race. When you keep an open mind to learn at every opportunity you get. Education is one way to gain knowledge and learn about the world. However, there are other means through which you can learn a lot, like others' experiences or practices. Just like how our Positivity Hack delivered 75 guest Nayra Hashem learned and self-studied all about mobile app development since 2013. She was fascinated by technology and the amazing things we could do with it. She learned using Flutter and has done several applications. Currently, she's completing her Google Professional Certificate in User Experience Design while working with the IT team at the Ministry of Justice in Yemen as a developer as well as a mobile developer and UX designer in her free time. Let me tell you what her achievements this year alone are. GDE, data analytics using Python, making her own Flutter app, traveling healthy lifestyle. And now she can add appearing on PhD live stream. Nayra, let's start with a simple question. Where in the world are you today?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Nayra Hashem, and as Beata mentioned, I am a mobile developer and a UX designer for now, studying with Google certificate. I'm currently working in the Ministry of Justice in the IT team and working privately in my projects as a freelancer, both in Flutter and UX designing. So I'm working there and there, trying to achieve my dreams, and that's it for now.
So what are your dreams, Nayra?
Well, first of all, I want to share my knowledge with other people in my country. As much as possible, I want the technology to get into my country because I feel like it's not that deep knowledge. Sorry. Um, where I resident here in Yemen, Aden currently, there is no such people know about technology, about Google technologies, about other tech. So I feel like my job is to share this experience with as much people as I know, and I dream about building my own company. So I guess I'm working to these steps, step by step, inshallah. So I hope so, inshallah, to reach what I want to.
Well, we met as one of the grouping of Google Women Tech Makers, and I thought, well, it's definitely very interesting career path, and I need to have you on our show. Naira, I wanted to ask you, apart from the fact that you want to develop for your country, for Yemen, apart from the fact that you want to be the predecessor, how do you think you are going to change and digitize your country?
Well, I will just mention that I am a woman tech maker now since May, and that was a chance for me to explore my knowledge more. I never dreamed about being a woman tech maker, but I know about the initiative. Woman tech maker is just like making yeah, collecting all the women who are passionate in tech and become in the initiative by Google. So I am one of them in one ambassador in Aden. I guess I'm the only one, so I feel like, as I said before, the technology should spread in my country. And for your question, um, I feel like women in my country just they they still don't have the courage to do what they want. I mean, like, still there is still some women that can't work or their families won't allow them to work. The idea of working is still not allowed. So I feel like every woman should think that they can make a change by doing what they dream of. Because everyone in this world have a single dream, a single path, and we should just go for what we are passionate about, even if it's just like a little thing. You can make a difference in your life, then you can spread that difference in another one's life. So I think you should do something to change yourself, then you can change the world.
Well, you definitely changed the word for many of our people who are commenting and watching us tonight. Rashid Adel says, I can't wait to watch. Rana Anwer said, wish you all the best. And Olga Vasina says, loving the show. Welcome, Naira. It's great to see you hacking the future in Aden. What happened? How did you have that courage? Because you mentioned many women don't have the courage to work in Yemen. What really inspired you to have this courage, this fire to be one of the few who are working?
Well, first of all, I have to thank my family because they're supportive number one in my life, because anything I wanted or anything I dreamed of it, they just support it and think that I can do it. Second, I should thank my friends who when you just have someone you talk to and tell them that you want to do that and that and that, they don't stop you. They tell you you can do it, just go for it. And when you see another inspired, I got inspired by another woman. You know that Rana Anwar, who just commented now, she is one of the inspiration in my life because she succeed in her life too. When you see that kind of people and you meet them and you talk with them, then you feel that there is a place for you to achieve. You know what they say: if you want to get to succeed, you should surround yourself by successful people. So I guess when you gather successful people in your life, then another successful people come into your life. So your cycle become bigger, and and you get many opinions and many suggestions for you to be inspired. So I think this is the second reason, and the first of all is I thank my God for giving me this inspiration to believe in my dreams and to always try to do something new and learn something new. And I guess that's it. That's all of the things that I get inspired of.
Fantastic development of your career and fantastic inspiration, and having this discussion of nature versus nurture. I am thinking about that you definitely are optimizing your nurture because you're surrounding yourself with women tech makers, with Rana, right? Rana was the one who inspired you
She used
to
to be my manager. Yeah, yeah,
absolutely. Well, fingers
yeah,
crossed for Rana and for Nayra.
yeah.
Um, I wanted to ask you because you said you were really fascinated by technology. What was the starting point or the tipping point that you thought, okay, I've got to do something about it? And in 2014, you started learning technology.
Yeah. So I guess since high school, I dreamed to be a scientist in technology. I've got that small note I wrote in back in 29, I guess, to 20, I guess like this in my high school. So I wrote down it that I want to be a scientist in tech. Plus, I want to visit Japan. This is an extra note. So I guess I'm walking in the steps of the first of the first note, and then step by step, I entered the college in the engineering college, the computer science department. Then step by step, you see there is many professors who make you love this college. So one of them was just thinking that anything new you do is something great. So in 2014, we started our project, me and my team in the college, and I just thought about Android. The Android was a first thing in my in my city, so I just go and searched for institute to study Android, but I couldn't find anything. Then I just thought, why I don't download a book from the internet? So I searched the internet and found a great book called Android for Busy Coders. So since I was studying in computer science, then I am a basic coder. So I just downloaded it. It was like 500 pages. I just printed out, and I was studying page by page by myself and trying to do what the instructions in the book. And I guess that was the spark to start the self-studying path in my life. I think you can't find everything in an institute or in the college. You just have to study by yourself. I feel like we are a lucky people that we have internet connection, so we can find anything on the internet. Not like the 70s or the 80s. You just go have to go to the library, search for the current book, wait for the next book. So now we have everything online. You can get access to anything. You've got a lot of scholarships and the free online courses. YouTube is full of online courses. So I think that you just need to have the passion and the courage to start what you really dream about it. I mean, there is no idea is a stupid idea. If I'm talking like this in 2014, the Android will be like it's nothing. No one know what is an Android application. When you tell someone that you are going to do an application, they tell you, what is an application? What do you mean by application? You know what I mean? Then you just say
Mhm.
it's like WhatsApp, it's like Facebook. So no one was really known. It wasn't something like familiar. And if I just gave up in that time, I don't think I'm going to reach what I am where I am today. So I guess you just have to go with what you are passionate about.
Naira, I definitely see your passion and lots of comments. Rana Anwer is saying, I'm sorry if I'm not saying correctly your name. Thank you, Naira, for your kind words. And Christopher is also commenting, welcome, Naira. I am from Aden, the same city as Naira, and she is a true symbol of pride to her family and our city. Inshallah. Thank you, Christopher. Rana Anwer says, most welcome. Absolutely. You are great support, and it's very important to support your great inspiration, which is Naira. So you, as you said, 2014, Android was not that popular. Apple had great products, but Android started reaching, and we were experiencing first apps which were a bit clunky. How did the first Naira change from her first experience building clunky app to now having to do user experience? What do you think is the biggest learning curve for you?
Okay, so after building many apps, I feel like there is a gap between me building the app and me designing the app. So me was doing everything from the start till the end. And in the UX designing, I wasn't that good in the UX designing. So I always dreamed about getting a certificate for UX design. I searched YouTube for the videos. I was digging there and there. Then a scholarship by Google just popped up as I am a woman tech maker ambassador. And there was an options for the professional certificate for the UX designer, IT support, extra. So I just clicked on the UX designing and I started the course in June. And now I am in the final, like there is a 7 courses in the certificate. And from 1 to 7, now I am in the seventh course. I have to make a sample project and extra. Um, Even in the sample project, they ask you to make something to help your community. So it's something what I want to do is always to helping my community. So I am now in the seventh course. I guess inshallah I will finish in next month. So UX designing was always a part from my Android development. That's why I started this certificate so I can complete my journey like in the Android development. Starting, it's not Android just now. I'm in a Flutter developer too. So Flutter is having Android and iPhone and desktop and web all together in one code base. So I changed from Android to Flutter in 2020, and I have to mention someone who helped me with that. They gave me the resources, and I bought an online course. I always believe that if you want to get something and get gain of it, you should buy it and not like crack it or download it offline. So I bought the course. There was a discount, and I took it for like $10. And it was the Flutter course about. I wasn't like sure taking a new course. I used to have like Android, Java. Then someone told me why you don't see this new technology, which called the Flutter. I was like afraid from getting out from my comfort zone to change to from Java to Flutter. So that's where the support helped me. When someone tell you you can do that, you can study something new. This is like completing the first answer when you have the courage because you find support from your surrounders, from your friends. So this person, I'm really grateful for this person because that helped me a lot to change from Java to Flutter, and now I'm a Flutter developer. So as I mentioned, UX is completing my development journey. So when I want to build an app, I know the right steps to build an app. There was a really something, yeah, I don't know about UX. I thought always that UX like making squares and having some colors and that's it. But when you are in the professional certificate of the UX designing, you know that there is something more. User experience is about the user, how it feels, how the user should, you should put the right button in the right place, because the user don't have the time to search for what you want to. uh, so it's something really big and great.
I love your positivity, no matter how difficult it might be. And since you mentioning Flutter, I would like to mention our previous guest, Leszek Król, who talked all about Flutter. He's designing in the Flutter. He's built an app with my humble help. But anyway, I wanted to ask you, because you've got such a broad knowledge, and it's actually quite a vast knowledge, because you have to understand a little bit of psychology of how people are behaving, which color to pick, how colors work, and what are the vision of people, what transpires to them, where to click first. So
Mm.
we talked about user experience before joining today's show. You wanted to talk about design stages. Can you delve a little bit into this topic, please?
Okay, so design stages are going like from empathy, then the ideation phase, then you are going to the prototype, then the test phase. So empathy is like when you are feeling. Empathy is like not the sympathy. Sympathy is like feeling the person and having their sorrows and like being sad with them, happy with them, and extra. But empathy is like being in their place. So the first step in designing or user experience is being in their place. When you are designing an app like for someone who cannot use technology, you should be in this person's place. Well, how do you feel when you can't use technology? And meanwhile, you also have to consider the people that have less access to your mobile application, like they don't have a sight, they can't hear or talk. So your mobile should consider all this stuff to make it a best user experience it can be. Then we are going to the ideate phase. Ideate phase is the phase when you are going to collect all the ideas of your designs. In this phase, you will need a teamwork. So this team will start to like mind the storming and having idea from this one to this person. What I like about this phase is like any idea is allowed. I mean, like if you are thinking about solving a problem for a woman who is having a kid and she wants to ride a bicycle, what is the best idea for her to carry her kid with her in this bicycle? So someone will think a helmet and the kid on the helmet. Other people will think a basket and the kid inside the basket. Someone will think like making two seats bicycle. So in the ideation phase, you think about all these things. There is also a design sprint. The design sprint is like having 5 days in a week, and each day have 5 hours. So in these 5 hours, you should in every day think about the design solution that you have to get. So you just imagine like 5 days from designing and brainstorming how the design will be. After the ideation phase will be the prototype phase. The prototype phase is like making a prototype for your design. First, you are making it as a wireframes, which is like papers, and drawing it on your papers. Let me show you some examples. It should be something like that. So this is wireframing. After wireframing, we are going to go to the prototype phase. The prototype phase, we have two tools, Figma and Adobe XD. Figma is an online free tool, and Adobe XD is a paid one. Uh, they are different tools, but at the same time, they can give you the same functionality sometimes. So the prototype is like making the app real app, but without a real function. It's just like making the pictures of the app and clicking on each one of them, and you see what each button take you to which screen. So prototyping is great for testing, which is the last phase. Testing is sending these prototypes to the stakeholders, to your friends, to your teamwork, to your teammates, uh, asking them what they think best solution for this. Everyone will get a different opinion. Someone will tell you this button should be smaller. Someone will tell you this color is too obvious. Someone will tell you like this font is small, you should make it bigger or bolder or something like that. So the testing phase is the like wrap up for your design. Then you take these notes from these people and see which note is like should be made. I mean, like the testers are people too. So someone will tell you just like I don't like this color because I don't like it. So you should consider, yeah, you should consider the real notes, the things that really affect your design, and post it the last version of your app. Then you just wrap it up and give it to the
Oh,
developer team.
thank you so much, Naira, for a very vast explanation of different stages. We have got some lovely comments in love and in pain. Hope you continue to inspire others. Good luck in all your future endeavors. Thank you so much, in love and in pain. Mohsen Saleh, all the best, Naira. Olga Vasina says Android, Java, 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 Flutter. What a fabulous learning path, and well done buying your courses. Online learning empowers us all. Thank you, Olga. Christopher is asking, have you thought flying to other countries for developing your skills and getting better experiences, Naira?
Okay, Christopher, thanks for this fabulous question. Flying to other countries for in the pandemic is like there is no choice. So we have the online courses, and I'm saying online because flying is not an option for many of us, not only in our country but also in the for this pandemic in the other country. I mean, like before we had like there is no more much choices for you as a Yemeni to travel to all the countries in the world. But I mean, there is the internet, so there is an online resources. What the need for traveling? I mean, if you want to travel, you should travel for something that there is available. There is no the resource for it online. But for me, if I want to travel to get a better experience, I will go to work to some company, like being an internship in Google, being an internship in Apple, being something like that to get the experience from them. But getting courses, I feel like online solved the problem for me. And I think most of us should start now, not thinking that I can't travel, so I have just like stay where I am. And unless there is a choice for traveling, I will start. That's the wrong thing. Since you can do it outside, then you can do it in your country too.
Absolutely. Thank you, Christopher, for your question, and thank you, Naira, for being so dedicated to your country. You don't have to travel, and we have some traveling question later on. We have another question from Dalia. Naira is one of the most inspiring people we are proud of in Aden, and we wish her all the best in achieving all her goals. She's a true hardworking person. Thank you, Dalia. It's so sweet to hear your message of support. We have Marianne Madera as well. Hello, Naira. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge in the world. Continue pursuing your dreams, Naira. And lots of hearts, lots of love to Naira. Let's go into your knowledge, your lessons, your learning, your practicing. How is it going to impact your work? Are you trying to implement some of it at your current position at the Ministry of Justice?
Well, if I hear the question right, it's like how is my learning impact my work? Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Okay. So learning impacted my work. Absolutely. I mean, like now, when I started my journey, I was like, I know nothing about UX design or Java developing, but now the chances are more. When someone asks you to make an app, you are saying yes, I can make it. When someone asks you to design something, yes, you can, I can design it. I mean, like learning in other many things gives you the opportunity to start many jobs. I mean, like many things. The more you learn, the more you gain. So having an experience in everything, you know, a little about that, little about that, but with focusing on your passion and what you want, gives you the opportunity to work in whatever you want. There is no
Ab-
limits in
ab-
working.
Absolutely. Do what you love and success will follow. Passion is the fuel behind a successful career, as Mac Whitman said. Nayra, we have another comment. Thank you so much, community. You're just overwhelming us with lovely comments. We have another question from Mariam Samir. It's wonderful to see a lady talking about IT. Well, we can not only talk about IT, we can do things in IT. We are women on IT hacking the future. Olga Vasina, what is next? Do you develop Flutter skills more, or is it time for a new language?
Okay, thanks, Olga, for this question. Well, for now, I'm still fluttering because it's not the right time for a new language. It's like I want to settle myself with Flutter skills. I want to like gain many knowledge, and I'm thinking about the Google Developer Expert. I want to be one in Flutter. So unless I am settled with this language, I guess I will think about another one. Uh, Not mentioning that Java, C Sharp, PHP, ASP.NET. I worked in all these languages, but Flutter, since it's related to mobile apps, and I think like mobile applications in these days are more familiar than anything else. So I'm still focusing in the development with the Flutter.
Fantastic. We love Flutter as well. It's got a huge potential and it is definitely very user friendly. So, you told me that you're finishing at the finishing line of your course, and you were told to develop something to help your community. So, what's your
Yeah.
project?
That's a nice question. Guess what? My project is helping the people with no money to access to study online.
Excellent. Thank you
I
so
guess no
much. We are
surprise.
I'm looking forward to see that project, Naira. I hope you're
Yeah,
gonna
inshallah.
share it with our community, and inshallah, fingers crossed for your success. We've got a
Yeah.
comment from I Esmeralda. Hello, Beata and Naira. Great to see, Naira. Inspiring young women in tech field. Keep up the good work, Naira. Well, since you're mentioning I about the fact that Naira is young, I actually got fooled when she told me that she's 13. It turned out that she's 30 due to my
Ah,
due to the network disturbances. But indeed, you look very young, but
yeah.
you have got some impressive
Oh, thank you.
achievements, Naira. Did you start working? Is it your first job that you acquired after college, or did you work with some other companies before you joined Ministry of Justice?
Okay. So first of all, I worked as a freelancer to make some apps for my friends of friends. Then I started to work in SMIPS. It's an organization for helping other people. And I was like a data entry there. Then I was a web developer there. After that, I started my work in the Ministry of Justice as the IT team program developer. It was short answer.
Sorry, I just got muted.
It's
Now,
okay.
we have a question from Olga. Olga is asking, do you think a beginner could start with Flutter even without Java?
Wow, that's a nice question. I like it because next week I have a Flutter week from Sunday to Thursday, and it will be like for beginners. It's like 10 hours from learning Flutter. So I think like beginner can learn Flutter from zero to hero. This is will be a challenge having 10 hours um, to reach Flutter project in the end. So I think you can learn Flutter without Java for sure because Flutter use Dart instead of Java. So there is another programming language, but it's not that hard. It's simple, the programming language, the Dart. I would recommend you to start with the Flutter UX because Flutter is a framework, so you don't have to learn Dart with Flutter. You can start just with Flutter, understand the designs, understand how the structure of a Flutter application is, the widget, the container, the extra, the libraries, the packages, understand the whole thing about Flutter. Then go with the flow, and you will know about the Dart and the programming, and you will get step by step. You can go from zero to hero, and I recommend Flutter to you.
And our hero Naira is recommending Flutter. She's done some Java, she's done some Python, and now she's on the Flutter route. And she's a
Are you there,
woman.
Beata?
Yes, I am there. Am I muted? No, I am there. Yes. Can you hear me, Naira? I'm just checking. Sound system check. Sound system check. Question, Naira. Being a woman on a team of all men means that you are going to have a unique voice, as Irene Teague said. How is it for you? How did you start in the IT sphere of Ministry of Justice? And are you the only woman? Oh, we might have lost our lovely guest here. I hope you are going to appear back. And we have, yes, we have her.
Sorry for
Hello, hello. Hello, we have
sorry
you,
for the cut
Naira.
off.
Excellent. So, Naira, as a question before you joined us again, I wanted to ask you, how is it for you to be the only woman in tech in the IT department?
Well, I have a great team of male. They are really a supportive team. Um, I don't feel like I am strange. They are like a family. So uh, being a woman there is not something strange for me. I work like they work. Can you hear me well? Because I hear my voice twice.
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. So as I was saying, they are a great team. We have a fabulous manager, and we work as a family, as one team. We have the same responsibilities. We help each other. So I don't feel like I'm a stranger in my team. To answer your question.
That's great to hear that you are being supported, you feel supported, and you are part of the family of IT. Now, what advice would you give to females in your country to help their career to start an entrepreneurial journey or to start career in tech?
Well, I have two advices actually, one in general and one for female only. For general, I just want to say that, as I said before, everyone have a passion in their life. They should go for it. I know that like life can take a part of our time. Being busy with whatever we have is like can take our life, but you should search for your hobbies as a kid. You should search search for what you love as a kid and go for it. And you should, if you don't have a hobby or something passionate about, think about what is that the only thing that when you are doing it you are comfortable with. You don't have to be tired or you don't get bored of doing it. So this is like my main advice for females. I just want to say to them that you just have to hang out to anyone tell you that you are a female, you can't do that and that. Go for it. Search for the supportive people around you. Search for the supportive people in your family, in your friends. Stick with the right people and just avoid the negativity in your life. Um, I feel like someone said once that if you can make a change in any place in the world, then you can make a change in your place too. So it's not about where you live. If I am talking to the girls in my country, Aden, I want to say that you don't have to think that you live here so you can't achieve some sort of things. Search for the successful woman around you, and there is many. Ask them what they done and what they are doing now, how they stay positive surrounding this negativity times sometimes. So you should like change your cycle or your circle, sorry, and make it bigger with the positive people as much as you can. Sorry, I can't hear you,
Oh,
Beta.
yes, I am back. Sorry, I was muted. I wanted to make sure that you can hear me
I hear you
clearly.
now.
And now, inshallah, as always, our positivity quote comes from positive thinking only and goes, look for something
Yeah.
positive in each day, even if some days you have to look a little harder. Naira, we are heading towards the end of our show. I wanted to ask you, what are the top 5 soft skills or career-driven women should have?
Okay. First of all, you should have like constancy for being what you wanted to be, regardless for what other people think of you. You just continue doing whatever you want, even if there was like stop butts in your life. Don't think about it. It's okay. We all have time, like we freeze in our place, do nothing. I even myself did that in my life. Like I have like 1 to 2 months, I do nothing. Then I remember that I would have to do some sort of things. Then I go with my passion. So regardless how freeze days are going to be, just continue with what you want really to do. So second, try new things and accept changes. I know going out from the comfort zone is not something usual, so always try something new. Try new technology about doing some sort of things. Try on new ways. Then there is some ways that are going to make your work better. So don't stick with the old ordinary ways. Always accept changes. The third thing is to be brave. Uh, Being brave is going to take you to next steps. Don't hesitate or get afraid from meeting new people, meeting new communities. See what others have in their work and what they do. Always ask and have this asking questions thing in your life so you can know more, because small advice in your life can change, really can change your life. The fourth thing I want to say is build a good communication skills. As I said in the third step, uh, communicate and surround yourself with people that have great opinions, have great thoughts. Um, there is an online communities that support all the people. For me, it's like the IT community in the Twitter, Facebook, Slack, Telegram, all these social things uh, help you get n- something new that you don't know. I mean, like you can't know everything. So you should ask there and there, know about new tech here, and ask someone there. So build a communication circle. The last thing I want to say is try your best to be a positivity engine. I mean, we all have negative days, we all have depression days. As a woman, we have like sometimes that we don't want to talk to anybody, we don't want to hear anything. So try to get yourself from negative thoughts as much as you can and as soon as you can. I don't know, read a book, listen to music, take a ride, do whatever you want. Just don't let yourself negative more than 15 minutes. Don't let yourself be negative for half a day. I mean, like, you should be the positive engine in your community.
Absolutely. So many great tips for women in tech and people all around the world. Be brave. Communication skills. Surround yourself with great people who want you to succeed. We are surrounded with great people who want us to succeed. Olga Vesina is saying, you mentioned, Naira, you would like to start your own business. Is it difficult to be an entrepreneur in Yemen? And is it more difficult as a woman?
Um, well, the situation is a little bit different here. It's not about difficulties. It's like more about having like the right money and the right place, and you can start. For me, starting my own business, I'm just delaying it because I want to build something online first. Then I will open it in person. It's not that difficult. Just have some things you like. I mentioned source of money and source of a great clients, and you can start your business. As a woman, there is no difference between man and woman to start a business. Maybe before they have thoughts about woman and work and women who work, but I guess in these days, women are riding cars, are working. I guess women having businesses more than men in my country. So I think Alhamdulillah, there is no issues. There is not that big deal.
Absolutely. The word female, when inserted in front of something, is always with a note of surprise. Female COO, female pilot, female surgeon, as if gender implies surprise. One day there won't be female leaders, there will be just leaders, as Sheryl Sandberg says, the previous
Yeah.
COO of Meta Facebook. Nairem, let's go into our lovely comment from Nayra Hashem. Go, sister, amazing interview and helpful advices for beginners. Absolutely. Thank you, Noah. Thank you
Thank you.
so much for all of the comments we got. Now, we have some questions as we are going towards the end of our positivity quotes and positivity notes. What is your strategy for problem solving?
So I was in the training of trainers. There was a course for the training of trainers. I took it here in Aden, and we got that problem solving thing. So they said in that course that you should see the problem from outside yourself. I mean, like, there is a two persons, you who have the problem and the other person who are seeing you and the problem. So you should be that other person, and you see the problem from the outside is a difference different from being you inside the problem. So when you see the problem from outside, you think like there is many solutions, but when you are inside that problem, you see like there is nothing else but the problem. So I think to solve a problem, you should think about the possible solutions, regardless of how hard or difficult is the problem is. If I want to say about coding, when I have a coding problem and I stick on it, I can't find any solution. So when I go like doing something else, work out or eat or whatever I do, there is the solution click on my mind. So sometimes when you're focusing on the problem is the problem itself. So no matter how hard the problem is, there is always a solution. Trust me. You just don't you just can't see it right now. So just take time, forget about it, and think about this is a friend's problem, and how you are going to advise him or her to solve it. And I think this is the big practice.
Great practice from Naira. We have got a lovely comment from IPOVIT in Patrick's opinion, which is personally my husband. He is joining our show. He's watching intensely. Fantastic show. Truly a positivity hug delivered with aplomb. It's an inspiration to listen to you, Naira, and a true joy to hear so much support for you too. Stay brilliant. Thank you, Patrick. And we have Kadega, right? Thank you so much for your helpful advice. Thank you, Hadega.
Yeah,
It's
most
lovely
welcome.
to see you all. Thank you. Now, Naira, what would you say is number one book you can sit and think, oh, I wish I read it before I started my career?
The what? Can you really?
That's the number one book that you want everybody to read and you like to come back to it.
Okay. Well, the number one book is the book that called. Just let me get the right name of the book. I guess I sent it by email. So the book is no matter how the problem is, you can't ruin my day. I guess the book is, yeah, you can't ruin my day. So this book, I just it's not like I read it because I don't have really time to read books, so I just hear it by my headset. And that book talk about how some things happen in your life can ruin your whole day, and in fact they are much blessing than they are bad things in your life. If you are seeing this stuff which is happening in your life as a blessing, they are really a blessing. I mean, like in this book, someone talked about his son who's break his leg, and then there is like military taking all the boys from the country, and because his son is he got his leg broken, then he will not go to the military. So he was like, yes, there is something going to be bad in your life, but they are blessing for real. There is they are not something bad. You are just seeing it, as I said before, from your perspective of view. If you are seeing what's going to happen next, it will be a bliss. So this book I will recommend it to everyone. Is the uh, no one can you can't ruin my day. It's like for yeah, 52 wake up calls to turn any situation around. Uh, this is a great book
Absolutely.
too.
So you told us how to turn situation around. Now we have a question. Where do you see yourself with tech after next now, let's say 10 years? That's a question from Marianne.
Wow. Hi, Mariam. First of all, Mariam is one of my colleagues in my previous work, and she's a hard worker woman too, who inspired her family and her friends. So yeah, after years, first of all, I see myself as a Google developer expert. I see myself an internship in Google. I'm focusing on Google these days. So uh, I see myself after that like opening my own business, my own tech business. I see myself learning many people about technology, regardless of the income. I will make it as much free as I can, because I think learning is not something you should gain from it. You know what I mean? It's something you should share it. It's something should be as as free as possible. So this is how where I see myself after years.
Thank you so much, Marianne, for asking that inspiring question. So Nayra can share with us her knowledge and her future and how she's gonna hack it. Now, let's go to your favorite quotation, life lesson quote, and how did it change you?
Yeah. Well, my quote is from the CEO of my previous company, Smiths. Seize the moment, push yourself, and work hard. Every time I get stuck in something or like freeze, as I said, I remember this quotation because in this life you should always work hard and push yourself. And regardless of this, you should seize the moment. Live in the current moment that you have. You don't own the future, and you don't own tomorrow. You don't own after this hour what's going to happen. So just be in this moment as much as possible, regardless of what's going to happen, because you don't really know about that.
Beautiful. And now let's go to some traveling. Imagine the pandemic is over and you
Uh,
can invite any breakfast, any person to a private breakfast in the world. Who would you love to have and where would you go to?
Well, I'm going to go to Japan first of all. I will ask Steve Harvey to come along. Steve Harvey is one of the motivational speakers in YouTube. I love to hear his voice, his videos. I actually have like offline list of his videos. Every time I drop like the negativity came into my mind, I listened to one of his videos. He got a great inspiration talks. He really puts everything in God hands. So that's why I really love his talks. He think like everything have is it's going to happen good if you are thinking in a positive way. So he said in one like in one video that if you are waking in the morning and saying, "Yeah, this is going to be a great day," this will be a great day. And if you are going to say, "Oh, I wake up in the right and the wrong side of the bed, so it's going to be a bad day," it will be a bad day. So it's all in your mind.
Absolutely, self prophecy is going to happen.
Yeah,
Therefore, it's much better to have positive attitude and positive thinking. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude, as Maya Angelou says.
yeah,
We have lots of great comments from our lovely audience. I'm going to just say the names Rana, Olga, Rahit, Christopher, In Love and in Pain, Maxen, Dalia, Marianne, Mariam, I, Novar, and Patrick, Young, and Kadega.
yeah.
Thank you so much, everyone, for great intervention, great question, and great support today. We just released the latest podcast, How to Make Your Profile Stand Out, with Andy Gwynn. Next week, we have a show coming up. We are going to talk about how to become a freelancer. Nayra, I'm hoping you are going to
Nice.
join us and listen and tune in. Anyway, that's it from episode
Yeah, inshallah, I
75.
will be there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Beata,
We
for hosting this show. I really enjoyed it.
don't disappear on us. We are still here because if you are going to subscribe to our channel, you will be notified. Today is your day to hack the future, hack the positivity you want. Thank you, everyone. See you
Yeah.
next week. Inshallah.
Bye.